Hey, welcome to Sunrise Extra, everyone, on a Friday. If that matters to you, if it makes any kind of difference in feeling, it is Friday. We've made it through another week. I guess you could look at it that way. So this morning, we are talking about some stuff to do this weekend. This is what we did last Friday, and I think it kind of helps. And kind of what you are planning, what you're looking forward to, how you're keeping positive. And so we post usually every morning on the KGW Facebook page, kind of telling you guys what we're going to be talking about. And then we love to share your comments that you've left for us on Facebook. And I believe there is a tag board, which is what we call it, of some of the comments. So let's throw those up there and start with some of them. So Cindy on Facebook told us, I remind myself how lucky we are that we live in the U.S. and this is only temporary. It's nice to see how so many people are stepping up to help. I do believe that this will make us come together and stronger. Our next comment from Robert says, finding a little joy in little triumphs, setting time aside each day to check on family and friends. Love that, Robert. Lily says she likes dark humor. It helps. I totally agree, Lily. And creating art and music. Be informed, but give yourself a break from social media and news. Yes, I totally agree. Arton says, letting my dog take me to a secluded spot away from people for a romp and a game of fetch. I love that. The dog is in the driver's seat there. And Kirsten says, this is her work from home assistant, her Dalmatian helping her get through the days from people just trying to do their best to work from home. Do we have any more? We are always watching your live comments as well. I am watching you guys on YouTube and Twitter. Brenda's got you on Facebook. And if it's easier for us, or for you, while you're watching our stream, to text us from your phone, the number's right there, 503-226-5111. How are you guys feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I'm just
Pretty
feeling
good.
kind of ready not to get up at 2:15. You know, it's the strangest phenomenon because it feels like the days kind of bleed into each other, but I don't know. It's kind of like they're long, but they go by fast, and I feel just all discombobulated. So I'm ready to reset, to stay at home with a nice glass of wine tonight, maybe catch up on a little TV, no big plans, no big anything, just kind of being in the moment.
Good. What about you, gentlemen?
Let me ask you guys, because I know when this all started a few weeks ago, and we're literally talking things ramping up 3 weeks ago now, we were talking when we still worked in the same newsroom together, how it was tough to pull away from the TV or your phone, constantly looking at the headlines because they were coming in so fast and things were being updated so quickly. Do you still find yourself, I'll start with you, Brenda and Nina, do you guys still find yourselves sort of monitoring those headlines as closely as you were and as often as you were 2-3 weeks ago?
Nina, you go first.
Yeah, I do. I wish I didn't. And even like my eyes, you guys, like I have been having weird eye issues because of literally you guys not being here. Like there's no one in the room for me to look up and look over and like change my distance vision and stuff. And so I'm looking straight at this camera or I'm looking at my computer, a lighted screen the same distance for hours on end. And like I look up and try and look across the room and my vision is all funky because there's no one that's, you know, walking by to talk to or like, oh, what's going on over there? Even when we're normally standing here at this desk and we're, you know, looking around and looking at each other and talking, I'm not talking to anybody except you right there. And so I've been having like weird things like that where my eyes are dry, they're like unfocused and cross-eyed almost. And so that might be a personal problem. I don't know.
But
do you wear
have
glasses?
dry eyes?
Dry eyes. I used to wear glasses, but I had LASIK surgery probably 12 or 13 years ago, so I don't have to anymore. But yeah, it's all.
Because that sounded like me in my like early 40s when, you know, the focus starts. So you're not there quite yet, but just checking.
But yeah, I'm definitely, I mean, even at home, I'm like, why am I looking at my phone, you know, and then the TV, I just should be like looking outside. What about you, Brenda? Are you keeping up on all the headlines?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because of what I do for a living, I absolutely do for work, but I'm kind of wired that way anyway. I've been a news junkie for a long time, and with things changing so quickly, you know, sometimes by the hour, I'm like, okay, what's happening? What do I need to know? Oh, there's this briefing from the coronavirus task force. So even if I'm not right in front of it, I'll kind of glance out of the corner of my eye and I'll walk by the TV to see, you know, what Fauci's talking about or what the president is saying. And I have to really go hard and make myself stop. I need to put down my phone, and usually when I do it, I've got like 10 texts when I, you know, get back to it. It's crazy. You know, that's because we're not seeing each other. There are tons of people professionally and outside, you know, just personally, who are constantly, you know, ding, 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 ding. So yeah, to answer your question, Drew, it's super hard for me. I have not been doing a good job.
We should bring Rodney into the mix. Rodney, how's it going over there in Vancouver this morning?
Well, you know, we're fortunate. And let me tell you, a couple years ago, we moved my wife's parents in with us. They basically have their own home down below us. And of course, you get all your golf buddies and everybody going, wow, how's that going, living with the in-laws? Let me tell you, right now, I feel like it's a blessing right now to have as many people in the home as you can, because it gives you that many more people, you know, to talk with, right? Mm-hmm. And to visit, and it's nice we all have dinner together. So I feel like that's been a really big positive in my life, that we have my wife's parents here, and they're doing well. They're both in their early 80s, and of course our daughter and our dog. Wow. And you know, I really feel for people that don't have what I have, because I know if I were living in an apartment by myself, for example, I would think the days would be getting really lonely, even if you're blessed to have a lot of people to talk to. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's my big blessing right now, is that I have this family with me every single day to visit with. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I totally agree.
We did have a viewer chime in, guys. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. So Connie Miller on our Facebook live stream says, good morning. The one thing she asked Rod, she was asking, how are all of your kids handling being at home? I was thinking about your little girl, Nina, but Rod, I'll start with your daughter. You know, how is she handling this? Because she is the only child. She doesn't have a sibling there to hang out with, and she can't hang out with her friends right now.
Yeah, you know what? I am surprised. So Natasha's the same age. She's 13, basically the same age as Drew's boys. And she's really handling it well. And I will give my wife huge kudos for this. So my wife, on a daily basis, is set up with some other moms these you know, video sessions. So Natasha ice skates. So most of her friends are you know, that she figure skates with. So, but every single day, they have these video workout sessions, and then they FaceTime. And I mean, she has maybe 3 different types of different workout sessions online with her laptop every single day. And I think that's given her at least some schedule, which is a big thing for my daughter. She likes to know when she gets up, what are we going to do today? Mm-hmm. So, you know, so far, that's holding up really well for her. And now she's been baking. She's resorted to baking, which normally is good. But again, we have different cookies and muffins every single day. So as soon as the stores get back open, I'm going to be buying some bigger britches.
Yes. Oh my God!
We were joking about the quarantine 15.
We will see a rounder Rod.
All of us. I mean, all of us.
A rounder Rod is going to show up in our studio.
Oh my gosh, you guys listen to this. We have some more comments from the stream. Allie Havel, good morning. She says, working for New Seasons through all of this has made me love the company even more. They're really taking care of the customers and the staff to ensure health and safety.
Very cool.
So yay, New Seasons.
Good
That's
to
amazing.
Hear. Yeah, Amanda McDonald on YouTube, good morning. She's having the same eye issues as I am, staring at screens all the time. And she says, I don't have anyone at home but my dogs, which are terrible conversationalists, but walking them gives me a reason to get up and get dressed. My kids call and text, and we keep in touch that way. Let's see, other people saying hello, good morning, happy Friday morning. We did put together a story of, we've been doing this hashtag in case you guys haven't seen. It's called KGW Together, because we're trying to compile all these wonderful videos, thank goodness for technology right now, of all the good that people are doing around our whole region, of reaching out to people, sending positive messages. So we want to show you a great week compilation of that right now.
Peace Health Southwest in Vancouver, Washington. And you can just see the hospital employees are just walking out.
It's more just to let them know that we appreciate them.
Let's just fly to the right.
We got to get through this with physical health, with mental health, and dancing will do that.
May we all remember that the human spirit is stronger than fear.
My partner Michael McKelvey and I, we've started a campaign called Feed the Fearless.
Feed the Fearless, that's promoting feeding nurses, physicians, admissions, those on the front line.
You know, I think the coolest thing about it is this disease, everybody talks about how contagious it is, but gratitude is a lot more contagious.
I just put up a little message way so that people could just write down their thoughts and feelings.
Peace and love.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's stuff like that that carries us through.
Happy birthday, Archie.
You know, birthday parties might not be as big of a deal for us as we get older, but when you're 8, a birthday party is a big deal.
Happy birthday, Archie.
So it just was extra special knowing these are some of the same people that can help us when we need help, and here they are cheering for us.
Let us remember these days. The days when the human spirit triumphed over fear and loss. When together, we were stronger.
I love seeing that. There's been just some great moments over the past couple of weeks. Our colleague in the evenings, Cassidy Quinn, put together a great thing on our website you guys can check out right now. It's called 8 Things to Do from Home this weekend. We do this every week, 8 Things to Do this weekend, but they're normally like super fun events or bar crawls or beer festivals. You can't obviously do that stuff right now. So she found some cool things. Number one is you can virtually attend a global bike festival that's been happening in Portland for 17 years. It has been postponed, but they're putting it online so you can live stream it on YouTube and see a bunch of independent bike movies and live performances by bike musicians even. Yeah, it's on Saturday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Our great chefs in Portland, you see that post there from Gabriel Rucker, who is the chef and owner of Canard and Les Pigeons. They've been doing live Instagram and Facebook like cooking demonstrations in their own homes with their kids running around, with their pets. It's really fun. You can see how to make some of their recipes like in a home kitchen. Her next idea is write and send a letter to someone that you miss. We've kind of lost that art of taking the time to handwrite a letter, but that's a great idea. The next one is, and this might be a doozy, give yourself or your partner a haircut.
I'm doing that this weekend.
You are? Ooh. Are you cutting your own hair or Jess?
You? Wow.
I am going to give it a go. I'm going to do a little bit. I was
you?
actually thinking of getting my stylist on the phone to kind of walk me through it, and since I can't pay for an in-person, you know, whatever, zhuzh, that maybe he can walk me through it. He'll laugh at me probably when I suggest that, but I'm getting desperate.
Is it the bangs right here, yeah?
Yeah, I've been trying to, I feel like a little shaggy dog. And like, I always have my sides really short, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give Jeff the clippers and see what he can do.
We might have a new Brenda Braxton hairdo to put into the archives after this is over.
It would be so wild.
What else? I interrupted your list.
With a bald head.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Bald.
You're going to go bald?
Well, I said, what if Brenda shows up Monday like, well, things didn't go well, and we have a bald Brenda Braxton.
Oh, no,
it would save me so much time in the morning if I could just take it high and tight, as they say.
Oh my gosh, that would be scary. Okay, the next one on the list from Cassidy is make some noise. It's that every night at 7 p.m., shout out on your porch to all of our healthcare workers and frontline workers, grocery staff, sanitation crews, all of that stuff. The next thing is, and we saw it in that story there, leave a great message. Take out your kids, sidewalk chalk or something, and do it right there on the sidewalk. People love taking walks and seeing that. Watch a movie. We've shown you at least 3 local theaters, independent theaters, that are showing independent films, streaming on their website at Cinema 21, Kiggins Theater, and Liberty Theater in Vancouver. You can go onto their websites, and I think it's like $12 or something, and you can stream brand new films, make your own bowl of popcorn at home. Is there one last one that we want to scroll through, or that was it? Okay. Oh, fill out the census online.
I did mine already. Hey, Ashley Spencer on our Facebook page has a great one. She says, I've been learning a new language with my kids and taking an international dance class to break up my day since I work at home and my husband is essential. That is a great, great idea. And then Stanford, hey, good morning. He says, the Walker home stays positive by watching KGW Sunrise Extra. Really helps through these times. Thank you for all you do.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you
You're
very
so
much.
fun to check in with, all of our great viewers. There was another cool thing I heard. The New York Times cooking section they're making it totally free. You don't have to sign up for an account or anything. They're unlocking all of their thousands and thousands of recipes to encourage you to kind of, think outside the box of your normal meals, get some interesting ingredients, try new things. So I was just checking out New York Times cooking, and right at the top they have this great asparagus ricotta. Look at that, how delicious does that look? Asparagus arugula sheet pan pizza with pancetta. Rod, have you been doing any barbecuing or any cooking at home there? I know you're the cook.
Yeah, that's the other problem. We're eating really well, which is going to become a problem. No, I had swordfish on the grill the other day. We had some Indian-style curry last night. Let me tell you, it's a problem here at the Hill household.
So Teresa Mitchell O'Neill, good morning to you. I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home, and my husband retired last year, so he makes me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love that. I cook on the weekends. We eat at the table after watching the news on KGW. We watch Ozark on Netflix. Me too. I'm going to be catching up this weekend, and try to FaceTime with my family in Montana, and also check in with his mom, who's an assisted living facility in Portland. So obviously they can't visit her, but they say they do try to call and not talk about the news. Just kind of keep everything positive. That's a lot.
What about you, Drew? How are things going in the Carney household?
Comments here in the stream. Things are fine. The boys are supposed to start picking up the schooling next week. They're going to get some help from their teachers next week with some sort of supplemental lessons, and then on the week of the 13th, I guess it is, it's full-on distance learning, where they'll be back to getting grades on work and things of that nature. So some sort of normalcy will be re-entering their lives here shortly. I'm also looking at the stream as Brenda is, and looking at some of the viewer comments, and I can only see them 4 at a time, and when they change, they leave my screen. So now I've lost what I was looking at, but one of our viewers talked about, and I don't know anything about acrylic nails.
I was just seeing that.
I'm sure Rodney doesn't either, but maybe the two of you, yes. And she was saying, I guess in the same vein as your hairstyle, Brenda, she had some problem with her nails and she had to pop them off herself. Maybe
because she didn't have anybody to fill them. COVID life, hashtag COVID life. Rebecca Trantow, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Girl, I got you. These are not acrylic, but they're gel. And they're just growing out, and I'm like, how long can they last before they just pop off themselves? It seems so trivial, but all those things that you kind of do as a girl, especially as a girl on TV, like, the hair color and the nails and all that stuff, it's like, not going to be happening.
I know. Brenda, I don't wear the fake lashes anymore. I've got Ugg boots on right now. I didn't even curl my hair yesterday.
Wow. You look
I
stunning.
feel like I just have to be, like everybody else at home, of just... let's power through this, and it's not going to be pretty.
It might not be, but you still look pretty.
Why bother curling the hair? I don't understand why you put the effort into curling the hair anyway.
I don't know. It just looks better. It's not scraggly.
That's everyone has a different opinion. Hey, real quickly, Brenda, this comment left my screen, but we had a viewer on the Facebook Live, still do, I'm sure, who says she and her family from Malala, but right now they're living in China. Do Do you see that comment, Brenda?
Oh, yeah,
Because she then went on to say it is really hard for her to see what was going on there happening now here in what she still considers to be her home. She said she also found some peace in watching us right now. It's evening time there, obviously morning here. And like I said, that comment scrolled through my screen, so I don't have that viewer's name, but geez, watching us this morning from China, originally from Malala, we say good evening / good morning to you.
That is Ruth Green. Take
Hi,
care.
Ruth.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing how many places in the world people, from this part of the country, they they fly and then they just check back in. I love that we can kind of be that touchstone for them.
Yeah, so she's on the back end of this thing, and we're just kind of getting into it. So you're from the future, Ruth.
Listen
let
to
us
this,
know.
Nina.
Type in another comment. Like, how are things now that you're so far ahead? Are you able to kind of venture out? Do you go to the store? Is anything kind of opening back up yet? I was seeing like Wuhan was going to open maybe April 8th, which is next week, start to open things up. But yeah, what is the vibe in the area of China you're in?
Real quick, Brandy Jensen Clevenger, this is awesome. This makes my day. She says, I am hooked on this show. Once back at work, I'll be plugged in for shizzle.
Oh, I love that. Good. I love it. Okay, so every Friday, we're going to pretend this is like totally normal Sunrise Extra, and this is what we normally do on Fridays, is our fantastic editor, Jay, creates a bloopers reel for us of all of the silly moments or mess ups or what have you from the week prior. And even during these times, yes, we do have bloopers. So here they are.
Brenda, can I start by pointing out that, I'm framing up my own shots from the basement. And a moment ago, I tried to provide a tighter shot. And so I went too tight. And Brian, our director, was like, hey, man, we're cutting off your head. You got to get down low. And he said, no, lower. Lower. So now I'm doing the splits far more than I'm really capable of, just to say good morning to you.
The march out like a lion. Roar! Roar! Roar!
Can this just be the segment? Maybe people just need a little relaxation, so we can just have this shot. I'll just sit here with my eyes closed. It'll be a shot of man and man's best friend on a Wednesday morning. Okay, producer Rob says we need more than that. The Wizard of Oz has won every matchup so far in the tournament by at least 70% of the vote, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Yes, it is Tux on top, but I tell you, Brenda and Nina, we are still going beach on the bottom on this Thursday morning.
Well, you look amazing, top and bottom. Wow.
Rod, you can't see this, but Maximus has made at least 2 appearances in the blooper segment. And we end on Maximus when you were playing him,
I did see.
Yes. I love that. Oh, good. Okay. That does it for us,
I loved hearing
guys.
the roars of the lions
the roars were great. We love that. Keep tuning in. We love interacting with you guys every day. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. We will see you on Monday.